Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. Today is day number 13, Friday the 13th of Vlogmas. So happy Friday 13th, everyone. It's a little chilly up where I'm at here in Northeast Indiana. So I hope that you guys are staying warm wherever you are tonight. And I have here with me my gift for day number 13. So me and my friend Summer, we done a swap for the Christmas season. It's kind of like our annual yearly thing. We do a swap every year and I really look forward to them. And this year we done it Advent style, so we get to open a gift every day for 25 days of Christmas. And I have my day number 13 here, so let's see what it is. I already cut it open because I don't know where Summer gets her tape, but it is like industrial. So let's see what, right off the bat, mini Oreos. And I swear I was wanting a snack, and this is going to be my snack tonight. Oh my, some hot chocolate. You can have Oreos and hot chocolate, and you know what I have in there? Mini marshmallows. I'm gonna have me some hot chocolate and mini marshmallows. In my new cozy snowman mug. It's not a cup. Look how cute. Oh, that's so precious. My sister will be jealous. It says Happy Holidays on it. Oh, thank you so much, Summer. I cannot wait to tear into some hot cocoa and mini Oreos. I mean, can you really go wrong with Oreos? I don't think so. But look how cute this bag is. Very, very cute. Thank you so much, Summer. I really appreciate like all of the thought that you have given each day. I just love it so good. Love it so good. Okay, guys, are you guys ready for another story tonight? So I've been reading these stories from The Magic of Christmas Miracles. And yes, I only paid $2 for this book at my favorite thrift store, The Depot in Goshen, Indiana. So if you're ever there, hit up the Old Bag Factory and go to the Depot. It's like one of the best thrift stores around. It's where I take all of my donations to as well. So, yes, as much as I like to take from them, I will give something back for them. It's so funny to walk into a thrift store and like see your stuff on the shelf. But I do love going every time I'm there to look and see if I have anything on the shelf. Oh, no, so weird. Okay, so tonight we are going to read On Wings of Faith. Let's take off the old spectacles so I can see a little better. Each year at Christmas, children lie awake at night hoping to hear the sound of reindeer hooves prancing lightly on the rooftop. But children are not easily fooled, and as they grow older, they ask adults many intelligent questions. Is it really possible that Santa Claus can fly through the air in a sleigh without an engine or wings? But if a child asked me, I would have to say, yes. Yes, it is possible for a man to fly through the air without help, because it happened to me last December. It was a very cold and wintry Saturday. I am a doctor, the sort of doctor who takes care of all kinds of patients, from delivering babies to helping families say their last farewells to the elderly. In addition to my practice in Hoisington, Kansas, I am also a member of the Board of Healing Arts, the state medical licensing board. Our meetings are held every other month in Topeka, and so it was on that early Saturday morning that I left home for the monthly meeting. Now, this is a trip that can take hours by car. So instead of driving, I fly 50 minutes in my plane, a Comanche 400. I've been flying for years and I am very comfortable in the cockpit, and that Saturday seemed no different. I checked the weather conditions at the airport before going out onto my plane. It was 20 degrees with a wind chill of 0. Dang, that's cold. Cold, but not dangerous. I'd certainly flown in those conditions before. In fact, I'd made that trip to Topeka so many times, that much of the trip I relied on autopilot. I'd set the instruments up for a direct flight to Topeka and not take them off of autopilot until I was ready to land. It gave me time to clear my mind of the week's works and the work problems that go along with it and get in the proper frame of mind for the business of the licensing board. Despite the cold, the sky was clear. I left Great Bend Airport at 7:15 a.m., taking off just as the sun was rising. To heat up the cockpit, I turned on both the defrost and the heater. I climbed to 5,500 feet and began to adjust my instruments for a direct flight to Topeka. I'd adjusted my GPS, the Global Positioning Satellite, set my radio to the frequencies of the airports I would be passing, chose the proper settings for my other gauges, and turned on the autopilot. Then I relaxed to enjoy my flight. About 30 minutes into the flight, I remembered flying over the small town of Harrington. That was always my signal to set my instruments up for the Topeka landing. I'd adjusted my radio to the Topeka Airport Tower, listened to the weather reports, and turned on my NDB, non-directional beacon. It was about 7:45 a.m. and I had about 5 to 10 minutes before my actual landing in Topeka. What happened next has renewed my faith in miracles. Suddenly, I woke up. I didn't know I had been asleep, but all at once I was awake. It was 9:30 a.m. I was disoriented and thought I was still in the air. Frantically, I began to adjust the throttle and put down the landing gear. I thought I was about to approach Topeka and had somehow dozed off for a few seconds. But try as I might, my instruments were not responding to my efforts. I was about to crash. I looked up from my instrument panel to see a strange sight. In front of me was a line of trees, level with my plane. I looked out the side window to see an even stranger sight. My plane was sitting on the ground. I had already crashed. I sat in the cockpit for a few minutes, trying to clear my head. Slowly, I climbed out of the plane and stood next to it. The landscape didn't look familiar at all. Where was I? There was a farmhouse in the distance, so I set off towards it. The farmer who answered the door was suspicious of my tale. A plane had crashed in his field? He hadn't heard a thing. But by craning his neck in the direction I pointed, he could see my crippled plane resting in his field, each wing caught on a tree. He quickly called for help. As it turned out, I wasn't in Kansas anymore. While we waited for help to arrive, the farmer told me I was in Cairo, Missouri, straight north of Columbia by about 30 miles. Dumbfounded, I asked for a map. Tracing the route with my finger, I realized that my plane had flown directly over Topeka on autopilot and as far as my fuel tank could take me. The plane then left the sky and glided gracefully into a hayfield. But how and why? Why had I not been awake? The answers came later at the hospital. A toxic screen of my blood revealed extremely high levels of carbon monoxide. Further investigation of my wrecked plane showed that there was a crack in the right muffler. In airplanes, the muffler is tied into the heating system. So by turning on the heat that cold morning, I had been filling the cockpit with carbon monoxide. I'm incredibly lucky to be alive. I passed out thousands of feet above the ground, and I truly do feel that God took the controls from there and brought me down safely. All I came away with was one small cut, a broken wrist, and a severe headache from the fumes. So yes, if a small child asks me at Christmas if Santa can fly, I will just smile wisely, because sometimes when you go up in the air, faith takes over. This was submitted by Dr. Bob Frazier from Hoisington, Kansas. How did you guys like this story? That was crazy. That really was a good example of Jesus taking the wheel. Like, he literally took the wheel and glided his plane to safety. That was a really good story. I really liked that one. On Wings of Faith. Okay, did you guys like the story? Let me know down below what you guys thought. And I will see you tomorrow on day number 14. Bye.